This is the Orient House, located here in the eastern section of the city of Jerusalem. It's a center of controversy between the Israelis and the Palestinians. The late Faisal Husseini was headquartered here as the representative for the Palestinian Liberation Organization in Jerusalem. And it has been somewhat of a capital for the proposed Palestinian state, with Jerusalem as the capital city. What it actually does for us, it emphasizes the conflict between two brothers, Jacob and Esau, the Israelis and the Palestinians. That conflict has been going on now for some 4,000 years. It dates back to the time of Abraham, his son Isaac, and then the twin sons of Isaac, Jacob and Esau. The Bible tells us in the 25th chapter of the book of Genesis that God told Rebekah, the mother of these two boys, they would each become a nation. Jacob, we know, would become the nation of Israel. But what about Esau? What nation did he become? Esau was put out of the promised land, 36th chapter of the book of Genesis. God directed him to the southern portion of modern-day Jordan, to a place called Mount Seir, and he headquartered in a city called Petra. We'll be visiting Petra just a little bit later on in this video. 500 years before the birth of Jesus Christ, the Nabateans, they were the famous stone carvers from over in Arabia, had befriended the Edomites, but then they turned against the Edomites, killing many of the Edomites there in this impregnable city called Petra. Some escaped, made a westward turn, going over into southern Judah, and they became the Idumeans. At that point in time, their capital, their nation, had been devastated. This was a prophecy given by the last prophet in the Old Testament, Malachi. In the book of Malachi, chapter 1, God had told both of these brothers, or their descendants at that time in history, that he loved Jacob and he hated Esau. Now, that's not an emotional experience that was going on in the heart of God. This was his sovereign selection. God, as he had with the sons of Abraham, selected the second-born, the younger of the two, to have the responsibility of receiving not only the birthright, but the blessing from his father Abraham, replacing Ishmael, the firstborn. Now, in the case of Jacob and Esau, Esau the firstborn, albeit just simply by a body link, even we remember Jacob had his hand on the heel of his twin brother Esau, but Jacob was the second-born, Esau the firstborn. He was to receive the birthright and the blessing. God sovereignly selected the younger over the elder for his purposes in the future. And then he devastated Esau and his nation there in the area that is known today as modern-day Jordan, the lower third, Edom, there at Petra. But Esau said, I will return. I will rebuild. And God said, I will call your borders the borders of wickedness, and I will have indignation against you forever. It's the story of two brothers. We'd like to continue to tell that story as we travel through the land and show you from God's Word, God's plan for both of these brothers. Come travel with me, if you will, to their hometown near Beersheba.